Hello. So obviously the background here is a little random. I'm actually sitting in my truck outside my mother's house, and just kind of wanted to jump on and do a live stream and kind of give you guys an update on everything that's going on. And as the title of the video says, or the live stream says, Coffee and Comics. Do you remember that show? And that is something I will talk about here very quickly, because I'm pretty sure if you do remember it, you liked it. And you never know. Sometimes things come back around. Patrick, how you doing? Appreciate you joining. Get the Key Comics. What's up? So before I get into the kind of the what the title was about for this, loved it. Thank you very much. I had a really fun time. I'm here in Portland, Oregon. I got done with my hike about a week ago. And Derek, what's up, buddy? Marvin, what's going on? Anyway, you know what? Before I jump into that, let me just address the title of this stream. Like I said, Coffee and Comics. Remember that show? Okay. Here's the deal. I'm going to be off the road for about 3 months. I mentioned before my last live stream that there's some family stuff going on that I need to be around for, and I've kind of committed to be around for that time. And where I am located is very close to where you guys remember Bob, Bullseye Bob. I'm located just a few minutes away from where he is. And so I figure since I'm going to be around until at least Thanksgiving, which is about 3 months, me and Bob talked, and it looks like we are going to start up the Coffee and Comics show again for a limited run. And we will have Bob on there. We'll have Damien on there. He'll fill in if Bob can't make it. And you might have some other guests show up as well. We're probably a couple weeks away from actually having the first one come back up on the YouTube and stuff. But I asked Bob. He was pretty excited to be able to do it again. He's kind of been out of comics a little bit, and so it'll be fun to kind of revisit some of the things we used to do, and we will try to have the show as good as it was when we were kind of hitting all cylinders and stuff. Hi Paige, how you doing? That's my daughter. She's right there. So yeah, and I'm kind of excited. You know, I have this 3 month window. I can't guarantee that it'll be every week. I'm going to shoot for every week, but we might miss a couple just because, you know, schedules are a little different, and I do have to go out of town a couple times. But it's nice to know that Bob was excited. It's nice to know that Damien, Sleepy Reader, who is also would fill in for Bob sometimes on the show. He did a handful of episodes with me. He's available too. And so hopefully within the next couple weeks, we will have a new episode of Coffee and Comics. It should be episode 155, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it'll be at the same time on Monday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. Bob did say he's probably not going to be in the chat because we premiere it because his work schedule doesn't fit to where he could be there. But one thing I would always do, I would always be in the chat with everybody at that time in the morning, and I will definitely be there and interacting with the crowd. No, if you're unfamiliar with the Coffee and Comics show, honestly, it was an award-winning show. It's to date, and I will argue this for forever. It was the best comic book show that there was, is, and probably ever will be. And people who watch it know what I'm talking about. It was hands down probably one of the best, and if not the best. And it's an award-winning show. It won the first ever best show for the Comic Book Community Awards on year one. And that was unsolicited victory. We never advertised that we were nominated. You guys, as the fans, did it yourself, and we won that award. So it's a kind of like a morning talk show format. We use your comments to drive the conversation. We usually have a topic. I'll ask what the topic is earlier the week before. we'll get your responses, then we pick some of the responses and we comment on those during the show. Also, during the show, we have different segments. We have reviews of some of the books that are coming out. We have top five, first five, and final five. We have Was It Good, which is the reviews. I'm forgetting some stuff there. We got random thoughts where we just kind of hit on whatever is relevant during that time. And yeah, so, and we have a great time. That's the thing. The rapport between myself and Bob and Damien, for that matter, it's just a fun show. And it was natural and it flowed really well. And everyone who was watching it was involved. And it was just a easy show to watch. And a lot of people really enjoyed it during the COVID years because honestly, it was like sitting on the couch next to your buddy and having a conversation about the hobby that we all enjoy. So we are going to be doing our best. I'm trying to work on putting together some type of little studio for the time being. And the reason why this is happening is because I'm going to be staying with my mother. And unfortunately, we had a loss in the family, is kind of what happened. And so my mom needs a little bit of help. And so I kind of volunteered to stay with my mom for a few months. So, and there he is. Yeah, that's Everything Comics. That's Bob right there. And if you just joined Bob, I'm kind of letting them know about our plans. Like I said, we're probably a couple weeks away before we get things up and running and going, because we got to take care of some stuff here to kind of build a little bit of a studio and stuff. But yeah, so I'm staying with my mother for a while, so we can get things taken care of because of that loss. And so in the meantime, I'm like, well, I'd like to kind of focus a little bit more on the Comics with Bueller YouTube channel, because after doing a hike and stuff and everything for the last month and stuff, pre-recording all these videos for like 6 weeks, it's like, yeah, I kind of want to jump back into it. So not only are we going to be doing the coffee and comics, but I'm probably going to be doing some other stuff on my channel. Some of my old classics that people really enjoyed, the ones that have hundreds of thousands of views on them. I might revisit some of those, because I will have a lot of time on my hands, basically what that means, staying here with my mother and stuff like that. So I need to do something to kind of fill my time. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. So you'll be seeing a lot more on the YouTube channel. I'm going to try to get the local artists and writers involved as well, because I'm really close to downtown Portland, and there's a lot of artists and writers in the area, and a lot of shops to be done. So there's a lot of things I'm kind of thinking about doing. And so over the next 3 months, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. And yeah, and you'll get to see Bullseye Bob, the one and only, and myself, Bueller, back on stage together, 5 o'clock in the morning every Monday, or on Mondays. Like I said, we're going to try to do it. Damien's going to fill in, and maybe some other people as well. If you guys are familiar with John Stout, he's always in the chat. I talked to John. He's a good friend. Who knows, maybe he will make his official YouTube debut, which would be very interesting to say the least. Really great guy, and maybe some other people around as well. So I just wanted to jump in and kind of fill you guys in. That's kind of what the direction we're heading through the end of December, or the end of November at least. And then I do plan on getting back on the road and traveling after Thanksgiving, but I have committed to being here at least till then. And so that time frame, I will be doing quite a bit of content on YouTube and bring back a lot of the favorites, because let's be honest, there's a lot of shit out there of content creators that are putting stuff out, and it's just garbage. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I've seen some of these people do this stuff. I'm like, what is this stuff? What happened? Lowest common denominator type stuff, and I'm like, it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know what their mindset is, them thinking that this is good content, but luckily I'm surrounded myself with really good people that help me put out good content that people really enjoy, like Bob and Damien and others, and we will get a chance to kind of show these idiots what content should have a little bit of joy, should have a little bit of fun, and put a smile on your face, and bring you a little bit of value. So that's what we're going to focus on. I did go to Rose City Comic Con yesterday. I got some stuff. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I got from Rose City. I do want to say I am going to LA Comic Con at the end of the month. I will be there with our friends from none other than Comic Capsule. Thank you to them. They invited me to come out there, so I'll be there for LA Comic Con. I've never been to LA Comic Con before, and I believe that's the weekend of the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. And staying in an Airbnb with them, and yeah, I'll have a Comic Capsule shirt on and be around the booth and touring the con. So if you're in LA and you're going to LA Comic Con, if I've met you, come say hello. If I've not met you, come say hello, and we'll hang out. And I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. I always have. If anyone in here has met me, I'm always humbled by the people that come up and talk to me and stuff. And I believe in kind of paying it forward and giving you my time because I enjoy it. If you enjoy it, so do I. So, yeah, LA Comic Con should be a lot of fun. And then I think I might be going to another con in October. I don't know for sure. Gotta kind of lock that in. Or I might be going to Florida in October for a few days. So I got to figure that out. I definitely am going to go to LA Con in California. So looking forward to it. And like I said, thank you again to Comic Capsule for inviting me to go down there. And I believe they said that this is their first official Comic Con that they're doing, that they're having a booth set up. And I got to get some more details on the booth. And as I do, I'll let you know where the booth is. I don't know if they're just promoting or selling the product and stuff like that. It's I got to get some more information from them. So anyway, and then they also have these clear backing boards as well. And these are really cool. So I'm assuming that those are going to be there. I did go to my local comic shop just a few days ago for the first time in like a couple months, and which is Thanks from Another World. And they're kind of in the same boat as a lot of comic shops are right now, to where they're still fumbling around dealing with different distributors and all that stuff. So it just kind of is what it is. But they had a sale for back issues that were half off. So I'm still trying to get my Walking Dead deluxe set. So here I got 107. This is nothing too exciting, but I did buy some comics. Here is 108 and 109, and I believe that they're up to 121 because I was working on the video for the new releases today. And I think it's 121. So I'm missing, I think, from 98 up to 120, whatever it is, minus the 3 I just showed you. So I'm pretty good. Let me show you what I got at the Comic Con. I went to Rose City Comic Con. I met Bueller at con in Atlanta. I asked for his autograph, and he punched me in the stomach and told me that's exactly what happened. Billy, I settled that suit. You're not supposed to mention non-disclosure. Anyway, so I got these couple books at Rose City Comic Con. I actually got to see Sue Lee, who is she's a really talented artist and writer. I've had her on the show before. We talked about Wizard of Oz, the Kickstarter campaigns that she's doing. Got to meet her in person. I posted a picture of her on my Instagram and Facebook and stuff. Very nice. And when I saw her, when we did the interview, we talked about this cover, which I remember her doing this a while ago. It was one of my favorite covers, and she had it there at her booth. And so I got this from her, and she signed it for me. So thought that was really cool. So this is one thing I bought at the con. But I remember when they were doing this Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, and they had all these covers that was on the videos. I remember this one being one of my favorites. And so I'm pretty happy. I don't think I had it. I think I just saw it on the video once, and I never got it. So now I have it, and she signed it for me. Really nice person. We will be doing some more content because the Kickstarter got delayed, and so I put the video out for it, and there's no thing to go and sign up for the Kickstarter. You can sign up to the newsletter. I said, why don't we revisit it when it's live, and we'll talk about that plus her other stuff that she's doing as well. So she'll be back on the channel. I believe that's in October as well. Another book I got was this Liam Sharp Batman #1, a Rose City Comics exclusive. And I actually bought this for my buddy John Stout because he actually gave me his pass. He wasn't able to go to the con, so he gave me his pass. And I just went one day. I didn't need to go the whole week. So just yesterday. But I said, hey, man, I'll buy this book for you because he's a huge Batman fan. And Liam Sharp is a really good guy, great artist and stuff like that. So I picked up this one at the merchandise stand. So, John, this is yours. It's in a nice black comic capsule and stuff. I wanted to get it signed by Liam Sharp. I didn't know if he wanted me to, but I couldn't find him. He was there earlier in the day. And then when I went and bought this and went back, I kept on checking back and he wasn't there. So he must have been doing something. I checked back a few times. So anyway, you got the book. So sorry, no signature. So I got those two. I don't buy a lot at Comic Cons. I really don't. So literally the one I bought was because Sue Lee was there, and I wanted to have that cover because she's such a nice person, and we have a little bit of a connection. And the other one I bought is for my buddy John because I told him I'd get him that book because I know he's a huge Batman fan. I did get to finally talk to Tony Fleece, who I've known for a while. I've known him for a few years, and we've always talked about doing like an interview or something like that. And the stars never aligned. I got busy. He got busy. I think I canceled on him one time, and he canceled on me. I saw that he was going to be at the con, so I texted him. I said, "Hey man, I'm in town this weekend. I go, I'd like to come and say hi and maybe do some a video and stuff." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That'd be awesome." So I got to go and talk to Tony Fleece for a little bit. Really nice guy. Like I said, I've known him for a little bit. We did a little interview, impromptu thing at the con. I don't know how the audio is going to sound. It's only like 10 minutes long, but we talk about Stray Dogs. We talk about Feral. We talk about the Army of Darkness and some of the other stuff he's been working on as well. It's a lot of fun because if you guys are familiar with Tony Fleece, him and his partner did a road trip across America to go to all the comic shops and stuff, driving and to promote their work. And so me and him actually talked before they started doing that because he's like, "Oh yeah, Bueller, you go across that." And so anyway, we kind of referenced that him and I have, driven across America to promote comic books and stuff. We're maybe the only two who've done stuff, and we've probably been to a lot of comic shops. So it's a fun interview. We have a good time. So please, I'll be putting that out probably Monday, I'm thinking. And so please check that out. And then go out and check out Tony's work as well because it's top notch. Let's see. I got some other things I want to. I think I showed these before, but I got to give a shout out to my 616 Comics sponsor. They've been really good to me. They were totally supportive with me going and doing the hike and kind of being away for a little bit. And same thing with Comic Capsule. So shout out to both of them. But halfway through the hike, I got a package from the 616 Comics that had a bunch of their exclusives just to check out. And I'll show them real fast. Gotham City Sirens. And I don't have any newer ones. They put a ton out. So, I mean, these are from a few weeks ago. But there's that one right there. There's Supergirl #3. This is the Perillo cover. There is G.I. Joe. I don't even know what that one is. This is the Marvel Swimsuit Edition one. This is the one by Shannon Mayer. Very nice. They do a lot of lady covers. And it's all right. Street Fighter. There you go. I think that's Chun-Li. Is it Chun-Li? I don't know. Felix Leon cover, I guess. Here is another Supergirl #3. This is the one that's by Carla Cohen. Not bad. They have another swimsuit special one as well. But yeah, these are all the 616 comics. There's a ton of them. If you looked at I did a special video for them, and I try to do that like once a week or once every other week to highlight their books because they do so many exclusives. They don't just do one a month. They have like a dozen, if not like 20 different exclusives a month. And I think they're probably one of the only ones that do that many. They always do the G.I. Joes. They always do the Transformers. They do a lot of stuff for Dynamite as well. like Red Sonja and Vampirella, and then they normally do at least 1 or 2 Marvel books a month and 1 or 2 DC books a month. I know they have that new crossover, the Batman Deadpool one. They got one for that. They do a lot of like the Spider-Gwens and stuff like that. And they work with one of my favorite artists, which is Shannon Mayer. And yeah, so I support them. I got a quick question for you guys real quick, and I'm curious, please let me know in the comments who is ever watching. If you're watching live, please answer, when I ask. And if you're watching the rewind, let me know in the comments down below. I haven't done one in years. It's literally been almost 3 years since I did an exclusive comic. And now that I'm working with the 616 Comics, would you guys like me to do an exclusive partnership with 616 Comics and Comics with Bueller and do an exclusive, whatever that might be? I have never done a DC comic exclusive, so that kind of interests me a little bit to do a DC one, because I've done a Marvel. I've done actually, now that I think about it, I've never done an Image one either. Yeah, I haven't done an Image one either. I wouldn't mind doing a Transformers or G.I. Joe. And actually, I think I would like to do a Transformers or G.I. Joe more so than maybe a DC one, because, I grew up watching Transformers and G.I. Joe, probably like most of you guys. And I don't know what that would look like as far as like I'd have to talk to the 616 Comics, and more than likely it would just be available on their website, just how all these other things are, and you could just order it from them. This is really like an early thought process. There's nothing set in stone, but I haven't done one for a long time. Madam, how you doing? Thank you so much for jumping in here. But I would like to do an exclusive again, at least one more would be nice. And a lot of times, I'll be honest, like my exclusive I did with Bird City Comics years ago, the Moon Knight one, I didn't do that to make any money. That was just for them, to help promote them. I didn't take any money for that. That was I was honored to be partnered with them and to just kind of have my first Marvel exclusive, and they actually end up selling out. It's probably one of their best selling ones that they have. Actually, it was. I don't know over the last couple of years, but up to that date, it was their best selling exclusive. And it was for them. They put the money up. They paid the artist. They paid all that. I said, keep it all. I just want to see if people, my audience, is interested in this, and you guys can keep the money. And so I would probably do something very similar with the 616 Comics, and because they would be the ones that are putting up the money to make it happen, and I want to make sure they get a return on their investment. But I think it'd be kind of cool to do at least one more. Like I said, G.I. Joe, Transformers. I don't know. I don't think I would be on the cover this time like I've been on the last two, because I was on the cover of the Ninja Funk, and I was on the cover of the Red Sonja one, and I think this would just be a standalone. Now, an ideal world, and Bob can contest or kind of confirm this, I would like to have a Shannon Mayer exclusive, and Bob knows that I think we've talked about it before on the past shows over the years. And I think that would be really, really cool to work with Shannon and have him do an exclusive for me, because he's one of my favorites and a good dude. So anyway, that's just something I wanted to throw out there. I would like to see your comic cover. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate that. Like I said, if you're watching on the rewind, if you had any interest in that at all, just let me know. You're not signing up for anything. I'm just gauging if people still are kind of into exclusives. And actually, that's maybe something that me and Bob, a topic that him and I can hit during the Coffee and Comics reunion tour. Let's just call it the reunion tour. So, yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I can think of anything else that I forgot here. Like I said, I'll be here for kind of stationary here for a few months. And so the Coffee and Comics is probably a couple weeks away, but we're going to try to bring that back and bring back the joy and the fun that it was with everybody. And honestly, you know, I'm just really looking forward to sitting next to my buddy, and because we always had an amazing time doing that video. And you know, you guys got to see like the hour and a half long thing when it was edited, but you know, we'd be there for a couple hours and just like the, you know, shooting the shit, you know, for quite a bit of time. It was just a lot of fun. So if I get to do that again, which is kind of what we're planning, I'm, you know, pretty excited about that, to be able to do so. So Derek, good to see you too, my friend. And let's see, I think I got everything covered. I am going to be doing some more stuff with Dynamite. That's right. I think me and Dynamite are going to be doing some sales again. We used to do them on Thursdays. I don't know what their schedule looks like, but we might be doing some sales there. And I have a interview scheduled for Greg Wiseman next week. So I'll be doing some more interviews with some creators from some Dynamite work, and I always enjoy doing those. I think I do a decent job doing the interviews with creators, and I try to get to the point what we're there for, and have fun talking to them as well. And so I'll try to get a few of those out every week. It's kind of the plan. It kind of depends on their schedule. Bueller and Bob talking about some freaking comic book. There you go. Any ideas for topics? I mean, we can literally hit anything we want. I mean, it's been so long since we've done it. We have a laundry list of topics that we covered in the past. Things are different now. I can remember in episodes where we talked about Diamond and how we predicted what was going to happen. And we pretty much nailed it, to be honest. And this is a year before, maybe longer, before everything went down. I mean, we literally like called it to the T exactly what it was going to be like. And yeah, so I mean, we could jump back on that one and kind of show clips from from what we talked about a couple years ago and stuff. So already had coffee. There you go. Yeah, just chimed in. Already had coffee. Yeah, we're gonna be drinking more coffee. I actually don't have a coffee sponsor anymore. I don't the Comics on Coffee. I didn't renew a sponsorship with them. A great company, no ill will. There's nothing like that between us. Wish them the best. Actually, I might just want to give them a call and say, hey, guess what I'm doing for the next three months? If you guys want to jump back on board, let's do it. Because they really saw a good return on their investment when we were doing that show. Not so much when I was traveling, which I understand. But they're really big on the Comic-Con circuit. They do a lot of fan expos and stuff. They do really well. So just as long as there is no Robbie, I mean, I haven't talked to Robbie about it. I don't know. He does a lot of stuff. I don't know if he can still do his pick of the weeks, but even if he's not able to make the videos pick of the weeks, we do have a pick of the week section, and we'll just make some stuff up. So it's probably a Rom V book, right? But I would love to have Robbie shoot some pre-recorded videos. That's what he used to do before, and we would just insert the little 10-15 second clip in there and then show off his pick of the week. Let's see. You should do your first episode, just a recap reunion episode where you talk about the old topics and things that have happened in both of your lives since the last. That's a great idea. And actually, that's maybe something that we would throw that into the random thought segment, and maybe we'd move that up towards the beginning and kind of just go from there, because that would be kind of nice to just kind of reminisce and stuff, but still have a topic centric focus on comics as well, because honestly there is no limit to that show as far as length wise. We started off, it was like we were doing the show, it was like 30 minutes long, and then like by the end some episodes were like 2 hours, and people loved it, you know. It's like so whatever happens. Be interested to hear your opinion on Spawn Universe now and all the books every month, good or too much. That's pretty good. I like that as well. I'm a huge Spawn fan. And so this is also going to give me a little bit of a chance to kind of get back into comics and maybe read a few more, because I haven't for quite a while. I have access to all the Image comics every week, so I can just download them and read them digitally and stuff like that. So I should definitely jump on that a little bit more. Pay for everything. Okay. I don't know about that. You might be right. Now that I think about it, I know, Robbie, you might be right. Pop Boom Station, what's up? Let's see. Blind bags, the topic. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that wasn't around before. At least not that I can remember. Maybe it was earlier, but not during the time when we were doing it. So I like that one. Best horrible books or horror books. Yeah, I think it probably auto corrected you. Probably best horror books. Yeah, I think that we're gonna actually our first topic might be what topics should we talk about, and literally I will pose that in the normally what I would do, I would make the preview video the week before because a lot of people watch the preview video, and in the preview video I would say, hey, this is our topic for the coffee video, please leave a comment on what you think about this topic, and then we'd reference those comments in the coffee video a few days later, and that's what drove the show. So the best thing to do, I think we could probably do, hey, what topics would you like us to cover, and then get all that feedback, and that could be the first show, going over the topics and saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. What do you think? Should we do this one? And then that will outline the next few shows, whatever we do. So I think that's a pretty good idea. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I think I covered everything. My daughter's going to be here in a couple weeks with my grandson, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them. And so that'll be a lot of fun. Who knows? Maybe she'll make an appearance on the coffee show if we're filming that around that time. It wouldn't be the first time she's been on there. Maybe Leo? I don't know. That'd be kind of cute. And I think that's about it. If anyone has any other questions, please feel free to let me know. And but I think I'm going to wrap it up. Do me a favor, check out the 616comics.com. That's the website. It's the 616comics.com. I don't have any type of code on that website. I haven't set one up with them. I probably could, but they got a lot of really great covers. Check out. I think they also have incentives because they get so many of them. Because when you do the exclusive, they give you the incentives. They got some deals on there as well. They got some buy two get one frees, and I think they were doing free shipping last weekend. And so anyway, check them out, and obviously check out Comic Capsule. And my code does work on there. It's the Bueller code, save 10%. And I think if you order a certain amount, you get free shipping on those as well. And also, if you guys are already into the Comic Capsule, and if your local comic shop doesn't carry them, just go show them to your local comic shop and see if they're interested in carrying them there in the store. That way, you can just buy them at the store when they get delivered, and you kind of save some money on shipping if that's the case. I mean, they're trying to get in the shops, and I know they're in quite a few shops, but there's there's always room to grow. So just go say, hey, you guys should carry these, and if you guys like them. So if you haven't tried them out, just go to their website, comiccapsule.com. Buy one, check them out. I think you'll like it. I like them. I think they're really handy for at the Comic-Con I was just at, because it's like I bought that book, that Batman book, and they didn't even have a bag or board for it because it was just at the concession stand and stuff. So I was just sitting there flopping around. And so I had one of the Comic Apples with me. I just stick it there. I know it's going to be fine in my bag, walking all day, because it's a hard, these things are pretty durable. So no problem at all. So it came in handy for that. And especially like if you buy a valuable book or whatnot, it's not in like something a little bit better. These are just good to carry around empty, like when you're doing a con or whatever. So K-Pop, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Okay, so I will let you go, and thank you so much for everybody for jumping in. I will have if you guys do watch my preview videos, they are coming out on Tuesdays now. I switched the date before I left. I'm going to stay with that date. They came out on Tuesdays at noon instead of Wednesdays around 2 o'clock as before. Now it's Tuesdays at noon. It gives you an extra day to kind of get everything squared away to go to your comic shop and pick them up. And then we'll have more stuff with Dynamite with them on the channel. And I will have the Tony Fleece interview probably on Monday. That's what I'm shooting for, or maybe tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure talking to you all, even Billy Power Max. He's been around forever. He's been giving me shit for years. So good dude. So, all right, everyone. Take care. And I will see you very soon. All right. Live your best life, everybody.